What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to yet another video where I just turn on the camera, I talk about things, I discuss things, and then I leave it to you guys in the comment section down below to go ahead and add to the discussion and add your comments and add your opinions, and we can have a nice roundtable discussion to today's current events. And today's topic in this video is very relevant to today's current events, as I mentioned, because it has to do with fighting games and it has to do with guest characters and just different ways to kind of keep the game fresh or even just to keep the audience happy, just keep their consumers happy by adding in cool characters that they wouldn't even never expected. And right now it's a great time to be a Tekken fan, a Mortal Kombat fan, a Soul Calibur fan, and also a Smash fan. So with all that being said, it kind of just leaves to question what's going on with Arcsystem. But before I get into that, I kind of want to get into the fact that not only is BBTAG in question right now, because you know that it is with the Fifth Fate, but also with Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball, Arcsystem in general right now are just in a little bit of a break or a little bit of a hiatus from both sides, just because right now season 1, I guess we're calling it seasons, I don't know if we're actually calling it that, but just the first character fighter pass for Dragon Ball is done. The last characters were Cooler and Android 17, and they're all done. And right now we're just waiting for the next wave of characters that they're going to bring into Dragon Ball FighterZ. And of course with BBTAG, now that we have all the characters, all the DLC characters out, all 40 are here, now we're just waiting for the Fifth Fate, and it's taken a while. But that's we'll get into that in just a little bit. But you know, compared to the companies that we just talked about, which is Soul Calibur, you have exciting things like 2B coming out very soon, and some more characters as well. We have, because there's 5 I think coming out for Soul Calibur, we have Negan coming out for Tekken 7. That's crazy. And we have Mortal Kombat coming out, which never fails to impress with their guest characters and with their DLC and just with their characters in general. Never fails to impress. And also, of course, the big one, which is Joker from Persona 5 and Smash Brothers, as you saw the internet kind of blow up about that. So with all those companies just kind of taking the spotlight, it kind of leaves the question is, when is Arcsystem gonna come out? When are they gonna have their announcements? Now with Dragon Ball, I understand right now Dragon Ball just barely finished up, so they're just polishing up all of their characters, and they're kind of figuring out what other characters to add. But BBTAG right now is in a time where, man, it's taking a long time, because of course they announced it, they teased it, I should say, that they announced it and they teased it at Evo, and now we're just in the middle of a waiting phase. So what's gonna happen now? Does Arcsystem have something big planned for BBTAG? Now this is kind of the deciding factor as to what they really want to do with the game. If they really want it to succeed, if they really want it to last as long as they think, or as long as people might think it might last, then they are going to have to come up big. Because not only have people been patient and stuff, and I don't want to come off as, you know, someone that's impatient or somebody that's just like whining for the 5th franchise to come out. I just want to just keep discussing the different possibilities until the 5th franchise comes out. So right now it's kind of just it's interesting to think that maybe, quite possibly, we're not only just getting a 5th Fate. What if we're getting more than just the 5th Fate? What if we're getting characters other than the 5th Fate? Like, for example, Ruby characters. What if for some reason we get the 5th Fate, you get the trailer for that, and then all of a sudden they show up with another set of 4 Ruby characters? Team Juniper, for example, or maybe some villains, like a villain pack for every franchise. Just new characters coming into BBTAG to kind of freshen up the game again. And not just that, but like balance updates, and also more modes, more colors, more sprite colors, because right now you can only choose your avatar with their default color. Maybe they can just basically just add the things that were supposed to be in there since day one. I would love for them to just completely come out, take their time, and just say, all right, we know we've been making you wait for a long time. but here's everything that's gonna be happening. Here's not only the fifth fate, here's Senran Kagura, here's Mega Dimension, here's whatever the hell they're gonna be announcing for the fifth fate. But here's also a set of villain characters, or another set of Ruby characters. And not just that, but we're updating the system or the game in terms of we're getting you more colors. We're getting you more avatar sprites, not just with the characters, but other side characters that probably didn't make it in. How cool would it be for you to have just a little Oobleck avatar running around your lobby from the Ruby franchise, huh? That'd be sick. Possibly even some new modes, like we're missing an arcade mode, some other different things that you can do with challenge modes. You know, maybe even add a new mode that, you know how we have Grim of Abyss and we have Unlimited Mars. Why don't you add something else similar to that in BBTAG? How great would that be? So I'm guessing it kind of begs to differ to ask the question, do they have something big like this planned? Or is it just going to be just the fifth fate? So this is really a make or break moment for BBTAG, because if it's just, oh, here's the fifth fate, here's 2 characters, and that's it. If it comes to that, BBTAG might be in trouble, because it kind of shows us, all right, you made us wait a long time. I know that the characters take a long time to make and such, and they're not easy to make, and they're not very, you know, they're pretty pricey to make as well. But if you're going to make people wait that long, if you're going to announce something and make them wait 5, 6, 7 months, however time it takes for it to actually come out, and only give us just 2 characters, it's kind of underwhelming, you know, because for this being Team Blue's first home exclusive game, or console exclusive game, should I put it, it shows very lackluster communication between the consumer and the developer. And we all know what happens when communication gets broken off when it comes to the consumer and the developer, because that's when you get things like Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. That's when we get things like Street Fighter V at launch. It's like people got outraged, and to the point where people didn't want to play Street Fighter V even when they announced what they were doing. You know, when you start losing communication and when you start losing all that stuff, it kind of just it doesn't look well. But at the same time, that's just worst case scenario. But that's the question. That's the question that I've been thinking about. Do they have something planned? Do they have something big in store? Are they working? I know that they're working on Baby Dark War, which is the gacha game that's coming out for Blazblue, and that's another topic for another day. But for the most part, I think they have something big planned. I think they have more than just the 2 characters from the fifth fate. I think they have way more. All the things I just named, I think we're gonna be getting them. This is just hopeful thinking or wishful thinking, but I think it's gonna be a reality. Now, I hope that I'm not wrong. You know, it's one of those situations where I'm just like, I really wanna have optimized thinking, but at the same time, I kind of wanna do the hope for the best, expect the worst. So anyways, thank you all for watching. What do you guys think of this topic? Do you think Arcsystem has something big planned for BBTAG? Do you think we're going to be getting all these things when they finally announce it? Or do you think we're just going to be getting the bare minimum, which is the fifth fate, and then going in the dark again? Anyways, thank you all for watching once again. I'm really glad you guys stick around for me just rambling on, and you guys adding your own comments and your own opinions on the topic at hand. I really do appreciate that, guys. So anyways, thank you all for watching. My goodness, I said that. Anyways, I'll see you all later. Follow me on Twitter, subscribe to the channel. You guys all know what to do. I'll see you guys in the next video.